Hi all. In the nutrition series, I'm going to have a talk on carbohydrates. It's a very important nutrient and a major foodstuff in our day-to-day diet. The carbohydrates will provide energy to our body. Carbohydrate is the chief source of energy. The whatever you are taking food, 60% will be the carbohydrates. Now, in the nutrition point of view, I want to talk about two things here. One is complex carbohydrates and another one is free carbohydrates. The food carbohydrates divided into two like this. A complex carbohydrate is the one which has more fiber content. Fiber is very important to our body as a nutrient. Fiber is a nutrient. A fiber diet is an important concept now. If the fiber content is low, it becomes simple carbohydrates and it is nothing but the glucose is easily available to our body by the digestion. So after digestion, the amount of glucose entering into our body bloodstream is controlled by the fiber. So more the fiber content, less the glucose uptake. The age of above 40 or diabetic, all the peoples should have more complex carbohydrate diet. The complex carbohydrate diet is mainly our routine cereals, grains like wheat, rice, millets like ragi, oats, green leafy vegetables, raw fruits, not fruit juices. These are a complex diet and which having the ability of holding the excess glucose and releasing the as much amount required to the body instead of releasing the bulk glucose. So this will have a control on your blood glucose level and it also controls a lot of other abnormal uptake of nutrients like high cholesterol uptake will be controlled and the fibers, it is nothing but a complex carbohydrate will make our bowel intestine healthy. It defecation will be very easy. Morning fecal excretion will be very easy. So this is a important concept, complex carbohydrates. When it comes to simple carbohydrates, it is nothing but so-called junk foods we can calculate here. The fried carbohydrates or beverages, milk products, milk and milk products. These are all the things which can release huge amount of glucose on digestion. So this will have an impact on your blood glucose level. The less fiber content carbohydrates. These are so that what happen, your absorption of other nutrients also not controlled. So fiber diet will be present in the complex carbohydrates. These are all very important concept. So simple carbohydrates are nothing but the beverages, drinks like aerated waters, like all your cool drinks as well as the milk products, milk and junk food, so-called junk foods, all we having in the day-to-day life, which having more calogenic effect. So there's the problems arises and causes a lot of non-communicable disease. If more the simple carbohydrate if you consume, at the end of the digestion in the intestine, huge amount of glucose was produced, and this glucose will have an effect on pancreas, stimulating huge amount of insulin. If it is a continuous process, the pancreas exhaustion happen, insulin secretion will be reducing. As a result, there will be a increased glucose level in the blood leads to diabetes mellitus. Not only that, continuous insulin secretions makes the tissues, body tissues to not responding to insulin, causes insulin resistance, which causes a lot of hormonal imbalance, leads to obesity happens there, and more glucose it is absorbed. It is not much stored as carbohydrate, it will be converted into fats, and the fats will be deposited in your entire body in the adipose tissues. So that is the reason for the obese. So don't think that only taking fat diet you will get stout or you will be more obese. Taking carbohydrate diet is the responsible for the obesity, because the excess carbohydrate glucose is converted into fats in our body. So simple carbohydrate should be avoided by the people at the age of 40 plus. The simple carbohydrate should be taken by the growing children. That also a natural simple carbohydrate like fruit juices, milk products. Now the simple carbohydrates also transformed into the another form. I told junk food. This French fries, aerated waters, pizzas, burgers. These are really a free carbohydrate junk. there is a big danger in is there, because of they are fried in a high temperature. The carbohydrate undergoes a caramel reaction. A caramel reaction is nothing but the a chemical reaction happening in the carbohydrate moieties, glucose or whatever glucose, galactose, fructose, and all. They will be charred, and the caramel reaction happens. This caramel reacted components cannot be digested by our system mainly, and it is unabsorbed. Same time, it creates a lot of diseases in the intestine, and if it is absorbed, they may also causes diseases in the, it affects the liver. So avoiding junk food for the kids as well as our adults is very important. It's a very important concept to avoid the junk foods. That's what today about the carbohydrates. Thank you.